Greetings everyone, and welcome to yet another DVD Blu-ray update. Yes, mostly DVD this time, just a couple of Blu-rays, but significant ones, as always. They're always significant. I don't buy insignificant stuff. Yes, the stack of horror Blu-rays was only the beginning. I am way behind in updates. I've actually picked up quite a lot of stuff over the past couple of months since the last big wave of them, so expect a few more. So there's at least at least 3 more updates. There will likely be at least 1 more horror update before we're done here. It's payday today, so I'm probably going to go pick up a few things. Not too much, kind of blew the budget last time, so got to watch it this time. But if I find some good stuff on the cheap, yeah, definitely. Anyway, this time around, got some pretty major additions to a couple of TV show sets, and a collection of movies. Yeah, some good stuff. Mostly sci-fi. In fact, almost all sci-fi except for a couple of items. So let's get right to it, shall we? Mostly sci-fi DVD Blu-ray collection update today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so I guess we'll start off with the non-sci-fi stuff, just to get that out of the way. As you know, I'm a huge Family Guy fan, love the show, don't care what anybody says, I still find it just as funny and offensive now as I did back when it started. Actually, I didn't really get into it until the DVDs came out, and they were... the original 3 volumes of DVDs were graciously gifted to me by my brother Cass, who many of you will know from Saturday Night Insanity. Excuse me. And, yeah, so over the years, I just kind of continued collecting them, and then I ended up selling a few of them back in the day, and really regretted that, because shortly after I did so, the volumes that I sold were re-released in slim packs, like in keepcase editions with less artwork, and I had the original versions with the larger box with the thin packs, or the slim packs inside, and more artwork. So I really wanted to get those editions back in the collection. Now, over the past couple of years, I have managed to track down the majority of them. I tracked down volumes 1 through 4 again. No problems there. In fact, I think I kept volume 4 because it was in collector's packaging. Yes, I kept volume 4, but I sold volumes 1 through 3 and 5 and 6. And then I've been collecting volume 7 onward since those came out. Yeah, so anyway, hit the pawn shops again recently, as you know, found a whole bunch of horror stuff, and also found the original version of Family Guy Volume 5 in the box. A little bit crunched on the spine, but whatever. I'm not being too picky by this point. So we get all of this additional case art that you do not get on the Keepcase edition. So very, very cool indeed. You get episode breakdowns and contents on there as well. So yeah, so really cool. Really glad to have that back in the collection. Let's put that there. Actually, I think can I fit it up here? Yeah, I can fit it up here. I got a lot of stuff, so we need to keep the shelves clear. And then next up, also found Volume 6. Now this one's kind of a rarity because not only is it in the thicker case, but it also has a slipcover with, see-through artwork or see-through logo. And then there you go. So you get that. This is the set that has the 100th episode on it. And we get all of these versus things on here. This, I think, is the one with, if I remember correctly, yes, Stewie kills Lois. That's the 100th episode, followed by it was a 2-parter, followed by the conclusion, Lois kills Stewie. I remember that one was a lot of fun. It's just complete chaos and mayhem throughout. But yeah, so anyway, needless to say, I had this original edition. I wanted to get it. This one's actually in really nice shape. I was really impressed by how good the condition is. So now the only one I need to properly complete the collection And ideally I need it with the slipcover because I have all the others with the slipcovers or the original packaging, is volume 10. So volume 10 is the one I need. And then, of course, volume, 14 is about to come out? Oh, they started going by seasons now to make it even more confusing. So volume 13, a.k.a. season 12, I have. So the next one coming out is volume 14, a.k.a. season 13. So such a mess. Anyway, next up, as you know, we've been watching a lot of the original episodes of this show over on Saturday Morning Forever, formerly Saturday Morning Fridays, which is on temporary hiatus right now, just while, there's a lot of stuff going on in all of our lives, so doing regular live streams like that just isn't sort of feasible right now. We'll let you know when it's back. But anyway, as you know, Thundercats is one of the big ones that we're watching, slowly working our way through all 130 episodes, one episode a week. That's literally going to take over almost 3 years to get through all of them. But anyway, as some of you may know, the original release of Season 1, Volume 1, let me just pull it out here. Easier said than done. Here we go. The original release of Season 1, Volume 1, I did a closer look at all of these a while ago, has an erroneous version of Episode 2. Namely, a version of Episode 2 that has no musical score, no incidental score during the episode. Has the opening and closing credits music, obviously, but those are kind of hard-encoded into those clips. But the actual episode itself has no music. It's just sound effects and voices, which, truthfully, gives that episode kind of an eerie quality to it, especially since it's the one that introduces Mum-Ra. But being a completist, I want to have the complete episodes. Now, Warner Brothers did offer a disc exchange program for that. I chose not to participate in that because while it was erroneous, I still wanted to have it sort of as an interesting little collector's item. Kind of a sort of a glimpse into the production process to see the difference between the final episode with music versus without, and such. So, a couple years ago, around the time that the new series was premiering, they put this out, which is Thundercats, a different Season 1, Volume 1, as well, Season 1, Part 1, which is just 2 discs. It contains, about 12 episodes, I think? Yeah, 12 episodes. So it's basically the first 2 discs from the big box set. However, the difference is this has the corrected episode 2 in it. So that's the sole reason I bought this. And this particular collection, they never put out any more volumes. So this is all they did. So basically, if you want the whole set, you got to get the old sets. And then you may or may not have the corrected version of episode 2 in that. I don't know if they re-released it with the corrected disc or not. But this one does have the corrected episode. So you can be assured you will be getting the proper presentation of episode 2 there. Alright, so that is Thundercats. So now my Thundercats original series set is properly complete. And then next up, this was just recently released. They did put these out on DVD, but they put it out on Blu-ray as well, and I was like, well, hell yeah, I'll just get the Blu-rays. We got the recent series of Thundercats. So this is all 26 episodes of the, 2011, I can't even remember now. But anyway, a few years ago, they put out a new, modernized, not modernized, but updated version of Thundercats. Met kind of mixed reviews from the fans. I've not actually watched it yet. I've only seen some of the preview clips that went up prior to its debut. But this is all 26 episodes. Now, this is an Amazon sort of exclusive, or a Warner Archive exclusive, I guess, so you can only get it online. But it has all 26 episodes spread across 2 discs. And there you go. And that is it. So that is all that they made, sadly. Apparently ends kind of unresolved. But, what can you do? Alrighty, so next up, you may recall in the previous horror update, the one about all the recent Scream Factory stuff I told the tale of how I accidentally mailed a couple of my recent Amazon orders to Stoudman by forgetting to click on the correct address in my Amazon account. Yes, well, this is the second thing that I ordered that was sent to him erroneously. We've got a Mill Creek 50 movie pack, Sci-Fi Invasion. Yeah. So I took a look at the list of movies on this, and I was like, hell yeah, there's some good stuff on there. So let's quickly give you the rundown. We've got 984, Prisoner of the Future, Abraxas, Guardian of the Universe, The Alien Factor, which is one of my all-time favorite low-budget sci-fi horror movies. I actually have a standalone DVD of that. Alien Prey, The Amazing Transparent Man, Assassin, The Bat, Battle Beyond the Sun, Beyond the Moon, Brain Twisters, misspelled here as Brian Twisters. The Brother from Another Planet. That is a great movie, by the way. It stars Joe Morton, who played Miles Dyson in Terminator 2. Really, really good. The Crater Lake Monster, The Creeping Terror, The Daytime Ended, Death Machines, Escape from Galaxy 3, The Eyes Behind the Stars, Evil Brain from Outer Space, Extraterrestrial Visitors, Fugitive Alien, Future Hunters, Future Woman, Galaxina. I should mention Galaxina and The Crater Lake Monster are both available on a double feature Blu-ray from Mill Creek, and you can get that pretty cheap most of the time. Giant of Metropolis, Hands of Steel, The Head, no relation to the MTV animated series, Horror High, Hundra, apparently the cut version of Hundra, it's not the uncensored version that's on a standalone DVD elsewhere, Hyper Sapien, People from Another Star, Invaders from Space, It's Alive, Life Returns, The Manster, Mission Stardust, Morons from Outer Space, Night Fright, Night of the Blood Beast, Primal Impulse, Rotor, Raiders of Atlantis, Robo-Vampire, Rocket Attack USA, Slipstream, misspelled as Slipsteam, Star Knight, Star Pilot, Top Line, Trapped by Television from 1936, which is kind of interesting. I didn't think television really existed then. Well, I guess it was invented around that time, but wasn't really out there. So I'm wondering if that's kind of an exploitation film along the lines of Reefer Madness, but all about the evils of television. That should be fun. War of the Robots, The Wasp Woman, and finally, Welcome to Blood City. So there you go. So this is the traditional 50-pack. They don't actually do these anymore. This is out of print, technically speaking. But traditional 50-pack where we've got them all in individual paper sleeves. Each disc does tell you what's on it as well on the disc label itself, which is quite nice. And as per the other sets you've seen me get, they have a booklet that gives you the full breakdown of what is on each disc and a brief description as well. So overall, very nice set. I think I got this for, well, I would have got this for about $4, except I had to pay for a bunch of extra shipping to get Stout to send it to me. So good thing I got it from a third-party seller, because from Amazon itself, it was going for a little bit more. But there we go. So Sci-Fi Invasion. Now the big news. I wanted to get all that stuff out of the way first, because this is the big one. At long last, it gives me great pleasure to announce, you may notice some space here. Yeah. It gives me great pleasure to announce that the classic series of Doctor Who collection is finally complete. Yes. Well, minus the Underwater Menace, which finally got announced for DVD release. So hopefully that'll be coming out in Region 1 fairly soon. It's coming out in Region 2 a little later this year. But that is official. The Underwater Menace, story number 32, I believe. Story number 32 is coming out sometime later this year. But it's been officially announced. So the 2 episodes that still exist, and sadly, the 2 missing episodes are not getting the animated treatment. Apparently, the animation company that the BBC was dealing with was asking for a little bit too much money, so they lost the contract, and that's one of the reasons it was in limbo for so long. This one will have extras. It's actually the last thing that the Doctor Who restoration team worked on, namely to clean up the episode 2, which was discovered in 2011, and then to do a batch of extras for it as well. So, yeah, so pretty cool. So I would imagine we'll hear an announcement for Region 1 for that imminently. Right now it's only available in Region 2. You can pre-order it, but pretty cool. So anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way, kind of some cool Doctor Who news. But, yeah, so as for the ones I got, well, these are the last ones I needed to complete the collection. So basically, I just needed the rest of the 7th Doctor stories. I had 3 of them, specifically Battlefield, Ghostlight, and The Curse of Fenric, which are all from his last season, or the last season of the classic series, actually. So, picked up story number 148, Time and the Rani. There we go. I won't bother showing you the discs. They're all basically the same. And that's his debut story. Excuse me. Wow, that just blew out the mic. Sorry about that. When I sneeze, I sneeze big. Go big or go home, right? Next up, we have story number 149, Paradise Towers, which a lot of fans shit on, but I've actually always really liked this one. Go figure. Time and the Rani, pretty much all fans shit on. It's probably the most horrible regeneration story ever for many, many reasons. But, yeah, anyway, we'll get to that another time, perhaps. Then we have story number 150, Delta and the Bannermen. There you go. So about a space princess on the run. Pretty cool. I'm not going to talk about these too much because we will be getting to them very, very soon in the disambiguations. So I'll just kind of give you the quick rundown. And then story number 151, introducing Ace and saying goodbye to Mel. We have Dragonfire. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Always liked Dragonfire. Kind of a, I don't want to say a guilty pleasure. It's just a pleasure. It does have one of the most ridiculous cliffhangers in the history of the show, though. Can you even see that? Well, you can barely see it. Anyway, whatever. I didn't pick the best angle for the shelves. I was actually going to do the next disambiguation. I thought, oh crap, I should probably do the update so I can put the rest of the DVDs on the shelf. Anyway, next up we have the special edition of story number 152, Remembrance of the Daleks. This is where the Seventh Doctor really started to come into his own. The first season of his was kind of shaky. This is where it got really good, and this is, I think, just a fantastic Dalek story, and really shows the Doctor taking no crap whatsoever from his longtime nemesis. And then we have story number 153, The Happiness Patrol, another one that fans seem to crap all over, but I've always kind of dug, so go figure. Go. Just kind of putting it there carefully. All right, then next up we have the 25th anniversary story, story number 154, Silver Nemesis, which is really lacking in extras, I have to say. It's got some new extras on there, but there's some great archival stuff, not the least of which is an hour-long making-of documentary that aired on NJN back in 1988. Luckily, I have it on VHS from back in my... back in the day when it aired on PBS, as well as some extended interviews with Chris Clough, the director, and John Nathan Turner. Pretty rare stuff. Glad I taped them when they were on, because, that documentary did get a release on the VHS release of this story, along with an extended version of the story, neither of which are on here. Very disappointing. I don't know what happened there, but they really shafted us for archival extras on that one. And then we have the finale of season 25, really good one here. Story number 155, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. And there we go. Really, really good stuff here. I just rewatched a bunch of these when they came in, actually. I hadn't seen them essentially since the late 80s, so it was pretty cool to see them again. And then finally, the last story that I needed, and also the last story of the classic series, because I already had the other three stories from this season. The final story of season 26, and the final story of classic Doctor Who, we have Survival, story number 159. I suppose, technically speaking, you could say that the movie, the Paul McGann movie, is actually the end of Classic Who. I kind of see this as bridging the gap between Classic Who and New Who, because it's got a little bit of the New Who feel, but very strongly tied to Classic Who. Anyway, this is a really good set. It's only a 3-part story, but they actually did it as I'll show you this one. They did it as a 2-disc set. Loads of extras on here talking about the demise of the show and kind of the years in between and stuff like that. So pretty cool. Next up, this is one that this was one of those fill in the gap things. This came out in 2003 on the BBC website. Now they had done a few programs like this, basically flash animated adventures. They did Death Comes to Time and Real Time featuring the Seventh Doctor, Real Time featuring the the Sixth Doctor. They did Shada featuring the Eighth Doctor. which is on the Shada DVD somewhere here. Yeah, you have to play it on your computer, though. It's not encoded as video. So this particular one, this is the last one they did of those types until the new series came out, and they did a couple more. We have Scream of the Shalka with Richard E. Grant as the Doctor, actually. At the time, he was the 9th Doctor. Now they just call him the Nth Doctor because he doesn't really fit into the canon anymore. But, you know, cool little standalone story. Basically, yeah, around 78 minutes, so it's not quite, it's a little longer than a typical 3-parter. I think it's shown as a 4-parter, but anyway, pretty cool. And there's some cool documentaries on here as well about the various animated Doctor Who you know, things that they did over the years to kind of bridge the gap between the old and the new. And finally, one of the, well, actually, I guess at the moment, this is the most recent thing released. Had to pick this up because it's just a cool little special edition. We got Doctor Who, Dark Water, and Death in Heaven, the 2-part finale from Series 8 of the new series. Special 3D edition. This actually had a limited theatrical run. I don't know if it appeared here or not. If it did, I missed it. But the reason I picked this up was just really cool, you know, really cool slipcover. Pretty cool finale. Honestly, I didn't think this was the greatest finale ever, but it does have its moments. I mean, I just love that shot, actually, of the Doctor facing off against waves of Cybermen. But really, really cool stuff. And also, there's some exclusive extras on here, such as there's a Series 9 prequel, The Doctor's Meditation, which many of you have probably seen, an extended cinema interview with Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman, hosted by Will Wheaton. Now that, I believe, is going to remain exclusive to this edition, as far as I'm aware. Who really knows? Who knows? Because we don't have the Series 9 releases yet. Let's actually move that back a little bit so you can actually see it. There, kinda. So, at long last, the journey is complete. I now have the entire run of the classic series of Doctor Who, and as you can see, it takes up quite a stack of space. Let's actually put them on the shelf, and you can see just how big this collection is. So just be a moment here. I'll put Scream of the Shalka there, all in order, of course, because they have to be in order. Do 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 do. If you're wondering what shelves these are, this is a Walmart shelf from Walmart. You can get them at Walmart. They're about $50. Sometimes they go on sale for less. There we go. Done. That's fantastic. And then, of course, we have the Spearhead from Space Blu-ray there, and the Adventure in Space and Time Blu-ray there, which would be incorporated in there. But that is it. That is the entire run right there. And then Underwater Menace will go in here as the earliest second Doctor story. So there you go. So 3 shelves. 3 shelves to house the entire collection. There was 159 stories in the original series. There's obviously a chunk of them missing, many of which have had the gaps filled in by animating the missing episodes and doing special releases of those. But there's still quite a few stray stories that little to no material exists for, or not enough to do animated reconstructions. Yeah, so, you know, everybody go out and buy the Underwater Menace, because we really want to show the BBC that there is a market for the older stories, and we really want to see them get some kind of release on DVD. Alrighty, well, that is it from me to you for now. I need to get on to doing the rest of the disambiguations, actually, because you guys have been going nuts, wondering where the next one is. Yeah, sorry, it's been a busy, crazy month, but there is more coming. Yeah, so just like to take a quick moment to thank my Patreon sponsors. Thanks, Patreon sponsors. You guys and gals rock my socks. Yeah, a special big extra super duper thanks to Kyle Pellegrini and Get Your Gorgeous On, my highest level sponsors. Get Your Gorgeous On, of course, the wonderful e-mag written and maintained by Michelle O'Toole and Simon Hedger. So please check that out when you get a chance. Yeah, not sure what else I can say. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. So thanks for watching, and until next time, sayonara. Hold on. Hold on. Sweet whatever. Swing low your ball sack. Yeah. Just found it amusing that there's actually a country called Balzac. What? It's called Balzac? Yes. Yes, it is. And it is glorious. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to yet another DVD Blu-ray update. Oh, yeah. The stack of horror was just the beginning, and I'll probably pick up a few more possibly today, because it's actually payday. So, yeah. Cool. Am I backwards? I am backwards. God damn it, I was backwards. Let's try that again.